was an amazing run. Nice. Oh my brain!
Goodness me!
Oh, are you serious?
On a scale of 1 to 10 to make a real snow part, it's a 10. It's as hard as it gets.
Hello everybody, welcome to Real Snow 2018. I'm your host Jack Matrani, and if you are into the most creative, high-risk, high-reward snowboarding in the world, you're in the right place. This year's competition, we have the most heavy-hitting lineup we've ever had, consisting of 3 gold medalists in this event: Dan Brisse, Bode Merrill, and last year's defending gold medalist, Frank Bourgeois. We also have last year's silver medalist, Anto Chamberland, and then the newcomers, Ozzy Henning and Benny Urban. And you can't have the best riders in the world without a legendary cast of judges. We're honored to have the Finnish Eero Ettila, style master. We have JP Walker, a pioneer in urban snowboarding and an industry icon. And then we have Louis Paradis, who actually owns a gold medal from 2013. Judges, it's an absolute honor to have you guys on the show.
Hey Jack, yeah, I'm super hyped to be back at Real Snow again, and this time a judge, and it's an honor, and I'm excited to see what these guys have.
Real Snow 2018, man, this thing is gonna be off the meat rack. These guys are going crazy out here in these streets these days, so I'm hyped.
I'm really honored to be judging this contest this year. All the riders are amazing this season, so I can't wait to see the videos. I think it's gonna be epic.
All right, the judges are ready to go. Let's kick this thing off with our first rider-filmer duo, Bode Merrill and John Stark. Bode Merrill actually won this event in 2014, and the all-around snowboarder that he is, won in 2016 in Real Snow Backcountry. He's one of the most respected snowboarders in the industry, and this is why.
I've never actually worn all these medals at once, or maybe, you know, I've only worn them in the house. I think they're inside jewelry only. I would kind of feel weird wearing them outside. Hello, my name is Bode Merrill. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. Real Snow is a 100% street snowboarding contest that showcases the greatest trick progression and riding that anyone has ever seen every year. You get to start December 1st, ends January 31st, 2-month window to fill up 90 seconds, put it to music. It's pretty exciting. It's hard to do. It's the chance to get an X Games medal without spending your entire year perfecting one slopestyle run, which I respect the hell out of, but I'm just not into it, you know? And with Real Snow, we have a chance to be super creative with the world around us and snowboard to the best of our abilities, but we're off by ourselves. We're not on a stage performing for people, you know, we're just doing it for ourselves, which is really cool. Shows snowboarding in a way different light, which I think the general public wants to see and needs to see, like kind of what we're doing. It's a whole different world. So this year I started my own production company called Tranny, short for Transition, which basically dictates our entire lives, everything that we do on a snowboard and the way we perceive the world. I wouldn't say I'm a filmmaker myself. I kind of took to the producer role. The crew this year is me and John Stark and Joe Carter. John has an incredible eye for detail and an incredible eye for putting shots together and filming the right things at the right moment to tell a story. I try to do a lot more lines, not just like one trick, something leading up to another thing, or like a big thing with like a little extra trick after the fact. Huge thank you to John Stark. Thank you for enduring this adventure with me this whole time. Thank you for watching. I am Bode Merrill, and this is my Real Snow.
Safe to say that was what we expected, a mind-blowing part from Bode Merrill and John Stark. I thought that was incredible, but judges, what did you think?
Solid stuff from Bode Merrill. Definitely like what he brought to the table this year. For sure held it down with his 1-foot stuff. Wasn't disappointed there at all. Had some new twists on that, like the pole jam fast plant front flip off the wall. I thought that was really cool.
There was a lot of lines, and I know those are hard to get. I personally appreciated them, so that was cool. I also was expecting a lot of 1-foot tricks, which I got. For me, the highlight of that part was the hand plant to frontside board slide on the kink rail.
And the last trick going the circle rail into the wall ride, that was also insane. Definitely good job.
Thank you, judges. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we're coming back with Real Snow X Games double-time gold medalist Dan Brisse. We're going to see how he spent his 2 months in the streets. See you after the break. Welcome back to World of X Games. Next up, get excited for the veteran, Dan Brisse, the owner of 4 Real Snow medals, 2 gold, 2 silver, has a reputation of going absolutely massive in the streets, and who better to capture than Mikkel Artikari, the Finnish filmmaker. Let's learn a little bit more about Dan from our judges panel.
Dan Brisse, representing Minnesota. Stoked to check him out.
Dan Brisse is a veteran. He's done them ever since Real Snow started, and he's gotten multiple medals. He's known for very big features.
No doubt he's going to bring it.
I'm Dan Brisse. I grew up in central Minnesota. Been snowboarding for 20 years, and I love to snowboard. Growing up in Minnesota, all we had was urban. I mean, there weren't mountains, obviously. It was all urban stuff, and all of the stuff we were filming back then was a drop-in ramp. I mean, if we could get natural speed, it was great, but it was a drop-in ramp and a handrail. At that time, it was a board slide or a front board or a back lip down a 20 stair or a 25 stair or 30 stair if you were getting extreme. And then as I got to Salt Lake and started to hit park jumps and bigger park jumps, and we started to get kind of bored with handrail stuff, we started to do different variations. And Jeremy and JP and Arrow and a lot of the legends and heroes of mine, they started to do this different urban snowboarding, so we tried to mimic them. And it slowly just kind of took one step after another, and here we are. Real Snow's been a pretty good event for me. I came out at the right time with my snowboarding, and this is my first gold medal I ever got. It was 2011. Real Snow, gold. Still can't believe I ended up getting a gold medal that year, and then followed it up in 2012 with another gold medal. So super stoked. We went 2013, I got a silver medal, which was pretty cool. And then 2014, another silver medal. So got a few pieces of hardware. I'm really kind of blown away that it all ended up happening the way it has. I think this is the heaviest lineup we've seen this year for Real Snow athletes. Obviously Frank, he won, gold medal. Bode's won it once, gold medal. I've had one. Anto's had a couple silver maybe, something along those lines. And then you got Ozzy and Benny, which, I mean, those guys could win it in a heartbeat. So it's an intense lineup. Yeah, Mikkel and I met filming for a union binding company's movie Stronger. I just noticed he's very tuned into the fine details, and he likes to film snowboarding a very specific way, and he's very sure about that way.
I'm not a huge fan of the fisheye. My approach to filmmaking is maybe a bit more cinematic, but I think also that my style, doing wide framings and being more cinematic, fits to dance snowboarding pretty well. Everyone knows that Brisse's spots are big. He's the guy that brought the big spots into the game, and then there's the other side of him who is just like this full-on family guy.
Having a little boy now and traveling and taking the risk as a snowboarder has definitely been a whole nother piece to the puzzle.
So he decided to bring his family with him. It's been pretty cool to hang out with Zeeland and Melissa, his wife, and his son, and get to know them a little better. And Zeeland's out there helping us out at the spots, the best as he can. And yeah, it's pretty heartwarming to see that.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I don't think about the consequences on some of these features. When we're out there and it's time to go, filmers pull back and they're ready, and that first hit is always is this gonna go well or not? Yeah, this year was the year of battles. Tonight was war. 10 of the 11 spots we set up ended up turning into a pretty serious battle. I mean, it was just literally abuse to the body, just repeatedly. Can't find a better word than that, just straight abuse.
What has been super impressive to see is that how much beating he actually can take. Continuously keeps on going, taking the beating and falling off like 10 meters or something like that.
There were some battles this year where the next 3-4 days I had trouble getting out of bed, I mean, sore neck that you can barely move and leg muscles just throbbing, but it's still fun. That's still that feeling of just riding out is what it's about.
God, it felt so good.
Just want to say a big thanks to Melissa and Zealand for being such team players through this last 60 days, and then my crew, Mikhail, Chris, and all of the guys that helped along the way. There were a ton of you that came in, stepped up, and helped make this part really, really something special. So I just want to say thanks very much. Yeah, when I'm looking back when I'm a grandpa, I'm gonna probably wonder what the heck I was thinking. I pretty much can guarantee it. I'm Dan Brisse, and this is my real snow part.
That was unreal. Dan Brisse once again living up to his reputation of going absolutely massive in the streets. JP, what did you think of that?
That was a solid entry from Dan. I'm really stoked to see him back in this contest. First thing I noticed was that he had 3 different 450s in his part, which is pretty miraculous, seeing as that's a really hard trick to even get one a year.
I was really surprised on those 2 last tricks. He had a backside 450 to the front board and then switch backside 450 to the front board. That was insane.
And then, of course, he came correct with his big stuff off the rooftops. Dan's definitely looking good in this thing.
Thank you, judges. Couldn't agree more. An incredible part from Dan Brisse. We're going to head to break, but when we get back, we have last year's silver medalist, Anto Chamberland. Don't go anywhere.
X Games returns to its new summer home in one of the greatest stadiums in North America. X Games Minneapolis, July 19th through the 22nd. Get your tickets now at xgames.com/tickets.
Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow. Our next rider on the list is Anto Chamberland, who in 2016 earned himself a bronze medal. Last year earned himself a silver medal. This year, he's teamed up with Sam Sosnowski to try to round out his full medal collection with a gold. Will he do it? We're about to find out. But first, let's learn a little bit more about Anto from Louis.
Anto Chamberland is one of the most hardworking persons I know. Whenever he has something in mind, he does whatever it takes to make it happen.
He's always got tech stuff in his parts, big, heavy consequence type spots as well.
He's done this contest a few times, so I know that he knows what to do.
It's now time to get back into the action. This is our next rider, Anto Chamberland, filmed by Sam Sosnowski. Enjoy.
My favorite thing about snowboarding, I think, is just the freedom. There's no rules. There's no goals to score. There's no line. There's no referee. I just like how free you are. So that's how it all started. It was just what I like to do. The winter season is cold and long, and then you have to find something to do about it. Like, I was in love with skateboarding,
And then I wanted to skateboard all year round, but I couldn't, so my cousin thought I should snowboard. So he put me on a snowboard. Because there's so much snow here, it becomes a playground. And then when I was young, I didn't have to drive to the resort. I could just go to the closest like little park and then play on the features just around my house. I love the crew. I love like talk about spots with the crew. I love that journey. It's not just the snowboarding part. It's an adventure and it's a fun one.
He's a go-getter. If you look at a spot and say it's not possible, he'll like work around the situation, always use his mind, always be hands-on.
But he's also very smart, very analytical, and when it comes down to business, like, he's dialed. He's the most focused person I've ever worked with.
I'm so particular in many ways. It makes me feel weird to like boss like that, but in a way, I've been there.
Don't waste energy to bring it up for nothing, because the snowboarder is gonna do it.
The contest is not about like riding a picnic table in an empty park. It's about like pushing the boundaries of street snowboarding. And that makes you go into places that you're not supposed to go, and then that makes you some like weird situations. Obviously very often with the cops.
The fact that he's so good at everything he does, and he does so many things. He dives headfirst into everything. Like, he lives in Montreal, but he's got like 10 surfboards, you know? Like, when he's going surfing, and this is what he's doing, and he's gonna be good at it, you know? The exact same with snowboarding or his career for firefighting. 110% of the time is a way I describe him.
Snowboarding is just one part of my life, but I skateboard a lot, I surf a lot, I bike to work. I just do what I like, and those things make me better at each other, I guess.
He's a true team player, even if you're on a different team. He just wants everyone to succeed.
He'll do whatever he can to make everyone get a shot. Like, he's such a team player when it comes to filming.
This morning, Sunday morning, we showed up at the same spot, me and Vinny. It's pretty funny.
We were at that parking garage spot that everybody goes to, and we show up and there's another car there, and it happens to be Benny Urban.
He had only one filmer at the bottom of the feature, and I thought the feature was looking really good at the top.
We just look at Anto, we're like, dude, we're gonna go film him right now, like, and we got 2 like super cool shots.
And then we sent it to him. Why not? Trick was really sick. I'm really scared about what else he did. When I was young, I was dreaming to be a pro snowboarder. My high school crew was dreaming about being sponsored and everything, and it was a thing, like, I'm gonna be sponsored in 2 years. Like, at 15, I need to be sponsored. But I didn't think I was gonna be the one that would make a living out of it. And then, still today, I can't believe it, but I'm enjoying it and I'm appreciate it. I have so many people I need to say thank you to. First, Sam Sosnoki for being with me for 2 months, Craig McMorris, the whole DZC crew helped a lot on the first 2 weeks. All the filmers that were involved, Justin, Russell. I have Joe and Simon that helped a lot with shoveling, with just pulling the bungee. Jordan Morse, there's so many people. My girlfriend was there for a setup, the photographers, Mary Walsh, Andy Wright, Joseph. Thank you so much for just being there, for just doing this with me. I'm Anto Chamberland, and this is my real snow park.
Wow, that was all around an insane part, from the riding to the filming to the editing, some never seen before tricks. Well done, guys. Let's see what our judges panel has to say about that.
He had really good variety of tricks and spots. He was going massive, and that last trick he was doing like a hand drag or a double hand drag. That was some crazy stuff. I've never seen anyone else do that before, so I gotta give him a lot of points for that.
Anto Chamberland coming through with another heater for sure. First thing that I want to comment on is that crazy closeout rail that I think he's hit in the past before, but taking a board slide to that thing is just, consequence level is just insane. So stoked to see him put that down. Also had a nice mix of some tech stuff like that back 180 down that skinny ledge to switch nose press. I thought that was really cool.
He also had the switch 50-50 on the spaced out kink, the big hand plant on that humongous green roof. That was really impressive.
Thanks, guys. When we get back from break, we're going behind the scenes with the rookie, Ozzy Henning. You're not going to want to miss it. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow. I'm your host, Jack Matrani. Next up, we have the rookie from Utah, Ozzy Henning, paired up with Cole Taylor. Let's see what they put together for his first ever Real Snow part.
He's a great skateboarder, and I can really tell that he takes inspiration from skateboarding into snowboarding, and he's probably the most technical rider out of this field.
I'm Ozzy Henning, 28 years young, from Heber City, Utah. My parents bought me my first board, which was a plastic Kmart board that you just kicked your feet in, and they bought my brother like this really sick GNU with real bindings. And I have a great photo of me and my brother. My brother's just super happy. He has to hold both of our snowboards because I'm arms folded, super mad that my snowboard sucks. It's a classic photo. Then it became backyard riding. I moved from Heber City, in the city, just to like the outskirts. So then you're just in your backyard setting up whatever you can. And me and my friends, we would do that a lot. We would set up a flat bar or a piece of wood, anything we could do. I was a skater and always will be a skateboarder. And then with those Utah winters, you couldn't skate. So once I learned there was a snowboard, it was in my head. I was skateboarding. I just happened to be strapped into the thing.
Ozzy's riding, to me, he's just so well-rounded. I think that he can do the most technical trick that you'll see anybody do on a down, flat down, but then you'll also see him carve down the mountain and make it look incredible too. In the end, he's just your average snowboarder like any other snowboarder, and so you'll see him snow skating every day at the spot.
There isn't many contests for people who film street parts, so given an opportunity to kind of be in the contest scene but still film your video part and still do it your way is really cool.
It showcases our type of snowboard filmmaking and snowboarding on a national level without asking it to change. What I appreciate about it is that we cruise around the cities all day looking for spots and roofs and ledges and rails, all these ordinary objects, and we turn them into something creative.
So going to our trip in Duluth, happened to be talking to my team manager for Rome Snowboards, and he sent me a link to a dude who lives in Duluth who's getting flowed for Rome right now, and basically said if you wanted to go to Duluth to try and hit spots, like hit this guy up, he'd be your guy to show you around. So I started talking to the kid, Eddie, goes by Trapzilla. He ended up being the best dude. He introduced us to all his friends. They all came together and helped me get those few shots. And I can't thank those guys enough, and the way they do it and crew up and just all the help, it was awesome.
After Duluth, we flew into Quebec and met up with Frank April, Phil Jacques, and Anthony Drille. We were fortunate to be able to start filming with them because they have the spots, they have the tools, they even gave us a place to stay. We couldn't ask for a better situation in that regard. However, Mother Nature is not our friend on this trip.
Negative 12 degrees right now. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up for you so you can read what the wind chill feels like. Negative 31, folks. Yeah, with the freezing temperatures over here in Quebec, it's helped and hurt us at spots. Like, one spot, a few spots actually, I've needed cement to have a bunch of ice on it. Thankfully, I pour some water on it and it's immediately ice, so thanks for that. But then it's like, oh, now I need to chip all this ice away and this element is messing with me now. I need it to be warmer, you know, and it's just, that's just the way it goes, and that's snowboarding.
We decided from the beginning that we wanted to film our own way, and it's kind of inevitable that you're gonna get stressed out, but Ozzy and I work the best when we take a step back and just try to turn down the stress levels and enjoy the snowboarding and the experience for what it is.
The most rewarding thing for me that I take from a video part isn't the part, it's actually the feeling of landing, getting the clip. That's what you remember, that's what I remember when I watch video parts that I've filmed, is each clip the feeling of I just keep going back to everyone working together to make the clip happen. Like, it's a huge stress. Like, all my friends just spent 6 hours shoveling, and like getting the clip kind of like feels like I got it for them as well. It's just like, that's such a reward for me, just like I didn't waste these guys' time or whatever, and so that's been really cool. I'm Ozzy Henning. You're about to watch my X Games Real Snow part, and I truly hope you enjoy it.
Wow, Ozzy Henning, what a part right there. Coming after the veterans, really trying to make a name for himself right there. An incredible filming and editing from Cole Taylor. Let's check in with the judges panel to see what they thought.
He had really the skate style I was looking forward to. I knew he was going to deliver, and he really did.
That 270 up onto that kink rail with the long donkey on the end, I thought that was really cool. I really liked that one-footed slide across that deck, and then he kind of jumped a board slide down that other rail. All in all, I would say definitely a solid entry from a newcomer to this event.
When we get back from break, the defending champion, Frank Bourgeois. Does he have what it takes to defend his gold medal? Stay tuned. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow 2018. Our next rider, the defending gold medalist from 2017, Frank Bourgeois, and he's paired up with the same film team that he won with last year, the brother duo of Charles and Will Demers of Brothers Factory. Louis, I know you know these guys. What can you tell us about them?
Frank and Will, they've been working together forever. They won silver in 2016 and gold in 2017, and both times they won Fans' Choice. So they got the formula down, and I'm pretty sure they're going to apply it. I'm looking for something heavy.
Hey, my name is Frank Bourgeois, 27 years old. We're in my hometown in Trois-Rivières, Quebec. Yeah, I got some pictures here. When I started snowboarding, I got my first snowboard at Christmas time. It was a plastic one. And then I started riding that one on small hills and stuff. So my mom couldn't afford hockey and snowboarding, so she was like, Frank, you gotta choose between those two. And then I choose snowboarding. I think I was 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, it looks like it was a powder day. Pretty good to see those pictures. Before I started filming with Will and Charles, I was doing a lot of contests. One day I rode a contest and I did pretty well. And Will came at me and he was like, Frank, you should film street with us. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Hey, I'm Will Demers. I'm the owner of Brothers Factory since 2002 with my brother.
I'm Charles Demers and working for Brothers Factory for like 13 years.
And then in 2011, I did my first real part. And yeah, it all started from there. In 2013, there was a contest called the Stairs Master. It's kind of similar as the X Game Real Snow. All we had to do is a minute video in the month. Win the first year. We did it again in 2014. We won again. It was a good preparation for X Game Real Snow for sure. First appearance at the X Game Real Snow was in 2016. That year I ended up second, got the medal here. I won the fan vote. Last year, ended up first. Got the gold here and got the fan vote again. So this year, I'm not expecting to win nothing. I just want to be proud of our video. I think that's the way to go.
Every year I get surprised when it's the first session with Frank because we shovel, we're having fun. When it's time to film, Frank is really on fire. First of all, he was trying a method, 1 or 2 tries. He almost get it perfect, but I'm like, oh, maybe you should do another method. He's like, oh no, I really want to do my tricks now. I'm like, okay, that's your choice, let's go for this. When Frank tried it, he hit the corner of the spine. He's going again, he just clear everything, land after everything. I'm like, he said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, oh my God. Finally, he get it perfect. That started the season pretty good for us. And after this, it just continue like that, all the other sessions.
Sometimes bad things can happen, like one session Frank was trying redirect wall ride and he just clipped into the fence. He almost hit his head on the wall, but he put his hand and blocked it. But I really think that the real snow was over right now.
Frank is pretty rough. This is why the people call him Frank the Tank, because when he hit a setup, if he get injured or something, he just don't care. The only thing you have in the head is to land his trick. He wants to do it perfectly and he's gonna try it until he's got it.
Real Snow, it's a contest about street snowboarding. You only have 2 months. So you have to find something for tomorrow. You have to stack clips quick and you have to shovel, you have to build it, you have to make it happen. You need to get the shot.
And there is a lot of pressure on us, on Frank.
I'm not trying to go higher and higher every year. It just depends on how I feel that day and what I want to hit or what I feel. I'm not looking at last year, of course. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I jump over the street, it was insane. But you can't find those spots every day. So that's what makes it art. It's like music. If you play the same stuff all your career, it's not good. You have to progress, you have to change. I think it's kind of like that, I feel. So it will be different every season, kind of.
Frank is an aggressive rider. He likes to go fast, big. He don't want to chill. He likes to jump over a building and transfer wall ride. He likes the noise of the wind and the gas. Everything is loud. It's Frank. We work really hard and I'm very happy of what we have now.
Frank got it. He's go big, very fast, and look at it.
I'm Frank Bourgeois and this is my real snow part. Yeah.
That was insane. Frank Bourgeois throwing down, and incredible filming and editing from the brothers, Will and Charles Demers. I'm glad I'm not a judge right now, but Arrow, you are. What'd you think of that?
Frank's part, my brain is still hurting. His stuff was massive. He was going huge. He was doing really technical tricks. And that last trick was a ceiling ride, like a front flip into like a wall ride on the ceiling. Just no words. That was crazy.
I was blown away right off the bat with the backside rodeo from one hut to another, and for the whole video they kept it at the same level.
Up the ramp, onto the wall, hardway 270 onto that down bar was just so tech and so crazy. Front board off the closeout into that dam was like 3 stories high or something. I don't know, I'm still kind of in shock by what I saw.
Wow, things are really starting to heat up around here. When we get back from break, we're gonna watch the final part of Benny Urban, and then we have the results of Real Snow 2018. Stay tuned. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow 2018. It is time for our final team, Benny Urban and Alex Pfeffer. And then after their part, I get to announce the winner of the event. But before we get too far, let's get to know the German rider, Benny Urban.
I've always been a big fan of Benny Urban for his style and for his trick selection, so I'm excited to see what he did for this contest.
Hey, what's up? My name is Benny Urban. I'm from Germany, 26 years old. When I was 6, my dad took me on a ski vacation in Austria, but I was already begging him to snowboard. I don't know why, at such a young age I already thought snowboarding is the coolest thing in the world. Christmas came around and that rental board that I was eyeing up in the rental store was under the Christmas tree. I never touched skis again. So Alex has been a longtime friend of mine. I'm a really big fan of his personal style, and I just think there's no one else out there like him. The way he films stuff, the way he edits stuff, it's just really unique, and that was an easy decision for me to pick him to do it. He grew up with a VX and a fisheye on it, so he likes to get really close. With the long lens, he plays around with the zoom a lot, which is dynamic and is something I personally like to see in snowboarding and skateboarding. My personal approach in filming is just I want to do things that I've not done before and just get the feeling of, okay, yeah, this is a challenging spot. I want to try something new or in a ways different. I want to feel a progress in my personal snowboarding every year. I wanted to have a part which is as diverse as I could portray my own snowboarding. So I wanted to have a little bit of airtime, like let's say a hand plan, a tech trick. So it's definitely been more of a conceptual part than all the other video parts I filmed in the past. Getting the shot in the end is for sure the most rewarding feeling ever, and that's, I guess, why we all do it. And coming home and checking the clip is, to me, like the best feeling in the world. Like, okay, you've achieved something you really wanted to achieve, and there it is, and something you can be proud of. I'm Benny Urban, and this is my 2018 X Games Real Snow part.
That part was definitely something to be proud of by the rookie, the German rider, Benny Urban, filmed by Alex Pfeffer. Huge fan of that part.
You can tell he definitely worked super hard for this part. Every trick he did was really clean, proper style, really good trick selections.
And that rail he did at the end, like you either get that thing off the end or you check into an institution because you went crazy trying to actually ride it.
The video aspect was very high quality, so very fun to watch. A lot of attention to details with the little paper effect thing.
All right, so now that we've seen all the parts, let's do a quick recap for everybody before we get to the results.
Final thoughts, I liked what I saw from Frank. He for sure has had this real snow thing on lock for a while, and he definitely didn't disappoint this year.
Benny had my favorite video production one and my favorite trick selection and execution.
Ozzy also has that skate style, and he was going big. The editing and filming in Benny's part was really top-notch, pretty much the best that I've ever seen.
Anto also went really big, and he had a lot of new spots too, but also a lot of already seen spots.
Bode's part, the last circle rail in the wall ride, that was just mental.
Dan went really big once again.
Honestly, I'm just hyped that all these guys are still alive and in one piece because that was next level.
Now is the time. Do you have your results?
Everyone did so well, but I have a top 3 for you.
Yeah, it was a tough decision for sure, but I've got my choices.
I think I made the right calls, and I stand behind my decisions 100%.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. I have in my hand right here the results for Real Snow 2018. In third place, bronze medal, Ozzy Henning and Cole Taylor. In second, getting the silver medal, another rookie, Benny Urban and Alex Pfeffer. And then the gold medal for Real Snow 2018, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Bourgeois and the Brothers Factory, Will and Charles Diemers. Wow. Thank you so much to all the riders and the filmers for putting everything you have, your lives on the line to make snowboarding what it is today. All the judges for your expertise, and most importantly, all the folks at home, thank you for watching. That's gonna wrap things up out here, but we're gonna send a film crew up to Canada to go check out the consecutive gold medal winner, Frank Bourgeois and Will and Charles Diemers. Thanks for watching. This is Real Snow 2018. I'm Jack Matrani. See you next time. Peace.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
We did it again this year. Nice goal.
Good job, Frank. Oh, thanks. Oh, it was a good time, huh?
Yeah, man.
Still healthy. The list of rider was heavy, so really happy about that.
Should we do it again next year?
We'll see.
Yeah.